um, so we're all humans, right? So we are bound to make mistakes. There might be missed deadlines. There might be some oversight once in a while. The biggest thing that we could do in that moment that could ruin everything is to
What are the biggest mistakes in client relationship management?
So I'd say that the biggest mistake is actually not the mistake itself.
Mhm.
Rather, it's actually the lack of responsibility and ownership that follows. Um, so, um, so we're all humans, right? So we are bound to make mistakes. There might be missed deadlines. There might be some oversight once in a while. The biggest thing that we could do in that moment that could ruin everything is to, try to defend ourselves and not take action according to our flaw or mistake. So I think the best thing that needs to be done in this situation is to take ownership, over communicate with the client, and be proactive and let them know that this has gone wrong, and sort of show them that you're trying to work things out and fixing them. This way the client also knows that you're not just the person who's managing the account, but also they can rely on you at times when things are not going to be good. They can trust you and they can build the relationship. You can build the relationship that way. So yeah, the biggest mistake would be the lack of ownership.
Yeah, totally agree. And actually, I like that you said over communicate, because my thoughts for this is actually one of the mistakes is like just going silent during
Yes.
optimization periods or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we know that, like some clients get anxious when, spend is happening and they just don't hear from you. Um, like they might have questions or worries, and if like those things don't get proactively addressed, right, they start creating these like narratives
In their
in
mind.
their own
Yeah.
head exactly about what's happening, and those stories usually aren't in your favor. So
Yeah.
it's really good to just communicate, over communicate if that's possible, if the client is okay with that, if they're not annoyed. I don't think they will, but just like send brief weekly updates, just let them know what's happening would be really beneficial for both parties, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is especially true if the client is fairly new. If it's your older clients, I think you've already gone past this stage. They know you pretty well and you know them pretty well. So, it's not as important in such cases. But yeah, especially when the client is new, they don't know how you work and how you don't know them as to what they like, what they don't like. So in such cases, it's always best to over communicate than under or rather not communicate at all. So yeah.
Yeah, in a clear manner, of course, not
Of course.
using over communication, but yeah. And also speaking of when the client is new, like when the clients, another thing that I think is a mistake could be like when the clients don't know, Google Ads learning phase,
Yeah.
and what happens is like they panic when they see performance dips or something like that, right? And then this would then like lead to like
Misunderstanding.
misunderstanding, or they ask you to like premature changes or campaign changes, and they ask you to like pause everything or whatever, right? So I guess like explaining the learning phase up front and just really like setting expectations about what it might look like, would really help prevent that panic and the actions that would come from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
Yeah. Okay. What is the best way to structure client communication in an agency?
So again, it all depends on what type of client you have and what their specific needs are. But the most essential would be to make it more client focused and not overcomplicate or undercomplicate things. So not all clients are always going to be in need of constant updates. So like I said, in the beginning stages, they don't know how you work. So at those times, they might want more updates from you. But largely, I think what they want is the assurance that you're on top of things. So making sure that there's a regular check-in cadence set up with them, or making sure that there's one, so either like a common dashboard that they're looking at, because not every client understands how Google Ads works or how the dashboard is. So maybe presenting the data to them in a simplified manner, sort of like either a Looker Studio report or something like that,
Mhm.
that shows them things in a simplified way. So these things can sort of help make both your jobs easier. You can have a streamlined approach to communication, and then that way, as the weeks progress, things get easier and easier as far as communication goes. So yeah, setting up regular check-in calls is essential.
Yeah, yeah, especially and also like just showing visuals would help a lot as well.
Yes.
Um, when having like some sort of a communication hub,
Mhm.
like Slack or Monday or ClickUp or whatever that is, for both parties to communicate in, so that like um, information doesn't get lost. And what happens when like it does, people will start looking for information instead of like they'll be like wasting time looking for info instead of like spending time taking action.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I think what's important is for you to really listen to what the client has to say first and not get defensive right off the bat. Listening to them, understanding where they are coming from is the first thing I do.